What's up, everybody? How you doing today? So a lot of people have been asking me lately what my favorite robot vacuum is. And I think for one with the self-empty bin, it's this S9 Plus. This thing cleans amazingly well, and I've been a big fan of it lately. So the reason I'm doing this video, I kind of wanted to prove why I think it's the best robot on the market. So I'm going to put this thing through a mega stress test. And this is more just for fun. You're never going to have a mess this big. However, I really do believe this thing will clean up this mess, and it will get at least 90 to 95% of it. And this is the biggest mess I've made any single robot cleanup ever on this entire channel. So I am curious to see if I am right. I do think I will be, but I have been wrong in the past, believe it or not. All right, now let me show you this mega mess that I made. So basically, I'd say this is 2 times or more than my normal stress test, probably a little bit more when you see this mess. So as always, I have rice, bunch of extra chips. This time I did 24 jelly beans instead of 12, 12 on the carpet, 12 on the hardwood. And I also threw down Fruit Loops, which I have never thrown down in a stress test. This thing should have no issue whatsoever with Fruit Loops, so. Check out the carpet, very, very, very dirty. Definitely the most I've ever put down. A lot more chips this time, a lot more rice in piles. And then this hardwood, you can barely see the floor. It's just a ton of rice, 12 jelly beans, Fruit Loops, and chips. Any normal robot would have, I'd say they'd have a pretty big issue with this mega test. After this test is complete, and if this thing does as good as I think, let me know down in the comments if you want to see this mega test now with some of the other robots that I have. So once again, biggest test I've ever done for any single robot, period. And I'm actually pretty excited to see how this guy does. I've always been bragging about this guy lately. Since it's got the last few software updates over the last 6 months, it's just been great. It is on sale too right now for $8.99. I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested. You should base it off this video though. If it does as good as I think, you're gonna want to buy it. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. All right, let's get the S9 ready to vacuum. Show you the settings real quick. Sorry about that glare, I always have that glare. Robot settings, behavior, we have it on custom and all the way max power, and then 2 passes. And then of course self-empty when it feels like the bin is full. So, I have this thing mapped as well for my whole house. Let me show you that real quick. The map on this thing is really good now compared to what it used to be when I first tested this about a year ago. So we are in the den. As you can see, the little home, that's exactly where that guy is. And then you got the rest of my house. So I'm gonna have it just clean the den. It'll go over it 2 times. And I really do think this is gonna do an amazing job. And I don't think it's gonna air out at all. Most robot vacuums will air out with this type of huge test. Sorry about the glare again, but let's just go ahead and start cleaning. Come on, Roomba, don't make me wrong. So once again, this is a mega stress test, mostly for fun. However, I do think this thing is gonna do an excellent job. Don't know how long it's gonna take exactly, but we'll kind of time it as well. And yeah, I hope it does as good as I think. They're all waiting, S9. It's thinking. You're gonna hear the suction power in just a second. It's very loud and good. Check out the decibel count. It's actually not, it's loud, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it's pretty up there actually. The only louder one I've had on max suction is that Coral 1 that you guys have seen recently. This is another thing that you're gonna see this guy do a lot, is it's got the dirt sensor at the bottom, and when it detects a big pile of something, it'll go over it back and forth until it feels like it got most of it. Look at that suction on the hardwood. Nothing left behind. Wow, just from that one pass on the hardwood, look how perfect that is. That even impresses me, and I've done a lot of tests on this guy. With that much debris I threw down, and it got all of it, I'm quite impressed too. Now the carpet, not quite as good. It's gonna take the 2 passes on carpet to get it to looking really good. But that hardwood, that's super impressive. Right as I threw it, it detected the mess. I think it already sucked it up, the jelly bean. See, the jelly bean's gone. I don't even have to tell you the name of the robot that would be screaming right now. Look at that floor, guys. That is one pass. I don't know if any of them was getting it up that good. I love this thing. Now the biggest downfall, period, for this guy is if you have thick carpets. It does a poor job with thick carpets. Oh, it just pooped out a jelly bean. I would think that bin is getting pretty full right now. Are any of you as impressed as I am on this hardwood? I mean, look at the amount of debris. I cannot wait for Roomba to come out with whatever they have in the works. I am going to buy it instantly, and it will be on this channel, I guarantee it. I don't care if it's $2,000, I'm going to put it on this channel. Of course, it won't be that high, I hope not. Alright guys, like always, I'm going to set this up on the tripod and speed it up for you guys. And then we will check out the cleaning job. I really hope I'm right. And by the looks of it, I mean, that's one pass, guys, with a mega stress test. So when it goes over it again, I think it's going to look excellent. But I will say I am surprised that it has not emptied itself yet. It's picked up a ton of stuff. Alright guys, looks like it got done with the first of 2 cleanings. It came back to empty, and it is unfortunately giving me an error. Let's see what it's saying. It's done this before, and there's nothing really actually wrong. Let's go ahead and check out how much stuff is in the bin. Still quite a bit. You do think we would have gotten that out. So I'm actually a little bit surprised that it's giving me an error at all. There we go, now you can really hear it. I think it was just so freaking tightly packed with stuff that it just couldn't get kind of the back end of the bin emptied. Because I don't know if you saw when I pulled the bin out, I kind of moved it around. And let's see here, I think it's gonna be good. Yep, watch out. Alright, so that's good news. So, like I said, I am actually surprised it gave me an error. However, that fix was very simple. I think it's just because this is the mega stress test, and it had that bin so packed full that it just couldn't get it out. So when I opened it up and shook it a tiny bit, it kind of loosened it up, and now it's working fine again. So I will be keeping that in there. I really be honest in all my reviews, even though this might prove me wrong, because I could easily edit that whole part out and pretend like it had nothing wrong with it. So hopefully it won't do it again. I don't think it will, because if you look, there's not much debris left, so I don't think there's any way it's going to give any type of error again. I think it was just so jam-packed, and that's the only reason, but we'll find out when it's done. I'm going to set this back here and speed you guys up again. And hopefully, when I come back, I think almost all this will be picked up. Like and subscribe, please, if you haven't already. And please ask any questions at all you want down in the comments. Enjoy. Alright guys, I went back to the dock to recharge for a little while. And as you can see, it's not even done yet. It'll go back out either when I tell it to, or it recharges for an hour and a half to redo the battery. But as you can see, it's looking amazing, and it's not even done yet. So it looks like it does need to do one more edge cleaning, which it usually does at the very end. We'll see if I can't get up these jelly beans that are still stranded. Jelly beans is one of the hardest things for robot vacuums to pick up, it seems. I'm gonna send it back out, and when it's done or about to be done, I will start recording again, and then we will take a look at the final job that it did. So hopefully it goes around and picks up the rest of it. But yeah, I'd say I'm pretty dang impressed. I will be back. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks. Alright guys, I've been sitting in the other room editing my video while the Roomba S9 Plus finishes. I have not seen the job that it finished, so let's go take a look together. All right. Mega stress test. Roomba S9 Plus. Let's take a look. I mean, the carpet, look at the carpet with how much debris was down. I literally do not see anything. I mean, take a look, guys. Absolutely amazing. Now check, oh my God, wow. Look at that hardwood floor. This thing impresses, oh, a little bit over there. This thing impresses me more and more I use it. This was a mega stress test with more debris than any robot, period, should ever handle. A robot is obviously not designed for that. It will never see that type of real test in real life. And I was just doing it for fun, just to prove how freaking amazing this robot vacuum is. So a little bit in the corner here, no robots at all can get this corner because of this thing. As well as this little corner here, for whatever reason, all robots miss that because they try to make a turn there and they just, every single one misses. Oh no, one single grain of rice. A little bit here. Kind of surprised it left that little bit, but once again, that's nothing compared to what was down. Dang, man, I am impressed. I knew this thing was gonna do a great job, but I did not think it was gonna do this freaking good. I'm totally honest about that. I knew it was gonna do good, but this had to have got a 99.99999% of the debris down. Oh man, now this makes me want to go test my other robots with this test. Let me know in the comments if you guys really want to see that and which robots you want to see this with. Because this is just proof. Roombas, I mean, this is an expensive robot. We're talking $900 right now. But I swear, you get what you pay for with a Roomba. Man, I wish Roomba was paying me. I have been praising the robots for quite some time. Roomba, if you're watching this, send me an email, please. Anyways, back to how expensive they are. Yes, it's $900, which is crazy for a robot vacuum. But I've had this thing for quite a while. I had my Roomba i7 Plus for over a year, and I put that thing through tests similar to this, but not quite this much. And that thing's still running perfect. I have never had any major issues with Roomba. I've been so happy with them. So if this is not proof of you get what you pay for, and simply how amazing this robot vacuum is, then I don't know what is. I'm gonna have to put some of my other robots through this test now, just to prove how good this thing is. I think the only other robot that can do this good, honestly, I do not think the i7 can do this good. I think the Roborock S5, maybe. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to do that test. I love the S5, but I don't know if it can get this good. All right, I'm rambling now because I'm impressed. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. And yeah, if you're looking for a robot vacuum, this is literally the best. I will warn you one more time. If you have thick carpet, it struggles pretty bad on thick carpet. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe, and have yourselves an awesome day. See ya.